This week on the Rutgers basketball story, we travel with Eddie Jordan's ball club as they hit the road for a Big Ten matchup.
Man, John, say something to the world, man. Episode 5.
It's too early to be out here, man.
While the women face a road game of their own against the Nittany Lions of Penn State. We'll see the other side of RU student athletes.
Rutgers is not an easy school. I mean, you have to work. I mean, just as much time as you put on the court, you have to put that much more into academics.
And a stunner at the rack, highlighted by an historic night from Corey Sanders, who leads all Big Ten freshmen in scoring this year. There's excitement in the air next on this week's Rutgers basketball story.
One, two, three. Family.
Let's go. Come on, gotta get better. Gotta get better.
If you prepare yourself now, when the time comes for you to perform, you will be ready.
You're watching the Rutgers basketball story.
The Rutgers basketball story is brought to you by AmeriHealth New Jersey, the exclusive healthcare provider of Rutgers athletics. For health insurance that pays, it's AmeriHealth New Jersey. Lights, camera, action. Lots of excitement and plenty of enthusiasm as Rutgers hosted streaky Nebraska at the rack. The Cornhuskers looking to extend a 6-game winning streak. The Scarlet Knights hoping to start one of their own. Nebraska took the early lead, scoring 9 straight points to go up 16-6. And by the end of the first quarter, Rutgers trailed by 12. But the Scarlet Knights adjusted on defense to ice the Cornhuskers. On the other end of the floor, they kicked it into another gear. Rachel Holloway scoring on a tough layup. Tyler Scaife pulling up and hitting nothing but net. Sharita Parker found the range too, connecting from trifecta land. A 14-2 burst tied the ball game, and the crowd loved it. Nebraska went back up by 5, but this time Rutgers would not let the Cornhuskers get away. And Scaife closed the half with a pretty jumper with 2 seconds to play to cut the lead to 1, 27-26. Rutgers came out of the locker room for the second half, focused and ready for the challenge. Tyler Scaife came out with the same hot hand, and a little razzle-dazzle by the Scarlet Knights didn't hurt either. With the faithful out in force, Coach C. Vivian Stringer's squad tried to feed off the energy, and Scaife had the eye of the tiger. Rachel Holloway feasted on the offensive glass. The game was tied 5 times in a hotly contested third quarter. It was even at 40 when the fourth quarter began, a quarter that belonged to the home team. And it was Sharita Parker who continued to dial long distance. She helped set the rack ablaze with a career-high 14 points, which included 3 shots from downtown. Coach Stringer's squad, which struggled to score early, could not be stopped late. A 12-5 burst confirmed it. Holloway continued to work her magic down low. She finished with 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 block shots. Has anyone seen Kalia Copper? Probably not, because she was a blur on both ends of the floor. And redshirt senior Brianna Canty dazzled the crowd in 40 minutes of work. She scored 11 points, grabbed 7 rebounds, and dished out 6 assists. Copper hit the final 2 free throws to cap a 26-point fourth quarter and capped the largest comeback victory of the year for Rutgers. Yes, indeed, a reason to celebrate. A solid 66-56 victory at home. A truly spirited effort in front of some adoring fans.
Rutgers is not an easy school. I mean, you have to work. I mean, just as much time as you put on the court, you have to put that much more into academics.
And this is how we get there. There are only 2 basic decision-making that would get in the way to have too many.
Rutgers, I feel like if you get a degree from Rutgers, you know, you pretty much can go get a job anywhere.
I mean, it's a big adjustment, of course, coming from high school to college, and especially with Rutgers, you know, it's kind of like almost Ivy League.
Now remember, again, you don't need to get everything down verbatim.
I feel like the support that we have, you know, making sure we have help from the tutors and stuff like that, it really plays a big part.
Right now we're heading to our morning class of economics and demographics.
Nonetheless, we will get started. Mainly what we'll be doing today is continuing on in Chapter 5 about the decision-making using the economic principles.
All the classes are challenging. I don't take any easy classes. I guess that's a stereotype toward athletes.
Which is really a companion piece to Chapter 5.
I feel like Rutgers, you know, has it all. I mean, the options were just, you know, unlimited. I just felt like they had a lot of opportunities for me to choose from, and it's a like I said before, it's a great opportunity, you know, not only because of basketball, but you know, as far as education goes as well.
I'm headed to a sports labor relations class and labor education center. It took me forever to find this place, but.
NBA teams, the other groups will be NBA play. Okay? If you're an NBA team, you got to assess who you want and why did you participate in class. If you're active.
Rutgers has a lot of credibility with a lot of job openings and stuff, you know, being one of the top schools in the nation.
They started to play baseball more and more, right? Right? Why did we start with baseball?
The classes are very challenging, actually. We do as much work as the students, when actually it might be more work because we actually have to practice, and on top of that work, they give us tutors, we go to our tutors, and when we have time off too, we work. So it's good stuff.
Basically elect. How you elect that person, who knows, right? Best player, you pointed at her. She's clearly the best at that table, right? She's got the size.
Here at Rutgers, it's just not like, they don't, like, for instance, Coach Stringer, she just don't accept us not turning in work because we had a game or not missing exams and things like that. So I think that that's important. We have to be able to manage our time. Yeah, it's tough, but I think that holding us accountable for different things like that is very important.
So I feel like, you know, you get a job, you get a degree at Rutgers, you know, you're pretty much set.
In neighboring Pennsylvania, the Scarlet Knights tipped it off against the Nittany Lions, and the fans were right there with them. Rutgers came out of the gate with a vengeance. Good ball movement led to the first basket of the game. And who else? Tyler Scaife dialed long distance to get Rutgers going. RU established its inside presence as well. No wonder why Kalia Copper is on the Naismith watch list. Meanwhile, Rachel Holloway was back at a familiar spot, the paint. The result, a 12-4 lead for the visitors. 5 players scored in double figures for Rutgers. Sharita Parker did not, but this drive was pretty. Scaife connected from the outside, but Kalia Copper was intent on carrying the offensive load. She scored 20 points, the 7th time this year she has scored 20 or more. Copper was a one-woman wrecking crew, going to the hoop with authority. Her 7 consecutive points in the first quarter gave Rutgers a commanding 19-5 lead. Penn State battled back with 6 unanswered points, but KK Sanders snuffed their comeback chances with a 3-pointer of her own. The rapidly rising freshman scored a career-high 11 points. With 3:29 left in the first half, Brianna Canty pushed the lead back to 12 with a bucket from downtown. Number 4 had 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists, just missing the first triple-double by a Scarlet Knight since 2011. Overall, 5 players scored in double figures. As usual, it was Scaife who ended the first half with a bucket. She ended up with 15 points. It was 36-26, RU at the break. Rutgers played with the same ferocity in the second half. Unselfishness on offense, coupled with continuity and communication on defense. Oh, and a little Holloway around the hoop. Rachel finished with 13 points and 7 rebounds and became the first player in the program's history to record 300 career blocks. A sweet layup by Copper sealed the deal as Rutgers enjoyed a much-deserved win on the road, 74-62. The Scarlet Knights building some momentum for the stretch drive in the rugged Big Ten. The Rutgers basketball story is brought to you by AmeriHealth New Jersey, the exclusive healthcare provider of Rutgers Athletics. For health insurance that pays, it's AmeriHealth New Jersey.
We're about to load up the bus, go to the airport, just fly out to Michigan State.
About to go to Michigan State, see if we can get a dub.
What's up, baby? Follow us on the journey of more success.
We on the big plane today. We ain't never rolled one of these. We on the big plane. Okay, cool. They might have TV and Wi-Fi on.
You on FaceTime as usual.
Mike is always on FaceTime.
Mike Williams, real quick. This is it. Coach, take me at the game. I'm getting a little tired.
In his head, it'd be like this all the time. Like, he'd be just leaning, like it has no spine.
Flight attendants, prepare the cabin for landing and take your jump seats.
Have a good game. Bye. See you later.
Short Jordan. We had breakfast. It's about 9:22 right now. I'm not sure. Give a man John, man. John, say something to the world, man. Episode 5.
It's too early to be out here, man.
That's where we at, John.
Yeah, we in Michigan, man. You know, we eat good. They take care of us. I love it.
It's all about D1 basketball, baby. It's the life. Michigan State, baby.
Stay focused in. Right? It's our jerseys against this whole 14,000 people. Let's go. Bring it in. Go ahead, Sean. Give us something good.
Let's go, Sean.
Win on three. 1, 2, 3.
Win. First 4 minutes, let's get right, man. Let's get right, man. 40 ticks. Let's work for coach. Let's work for us. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win. Hey, shout out to the city, man.
When Rutgers and Illinois hit the floor at the rack for their Big Ten Conference battle, no one had any idea that the game would feature 7 ties, 10 lead changes, and a tug-of-war that played out deep into the night.
And we're underway. Rutgers has it.
Coming off 3 straight games of scoring 15 points or more, Mike Williams got out of the gate quickly and sparked the Scarlet Knights in the first half.
Here's Lorentz. Williams left open for 3 from the wing. And a wide open look, and Williams has been hot. He's been hitting that shot, Sean, a ton.
To the tune of 17 points per outing over the last 3 for Coach Eddie Jordan.
Williams had 12 in the first 20 minutes, and a healthy Jonathan Laurent added 11 of his own.
Great pass. Hill off the crossover. Inside it goes to Morgan and has stripped away. Sanders running the floor, layup good.
Old shot that need be.
Sanders from deep and knocks down the 3.
Rutgers opened up a 12-point lead early and held a 3-point advantage at the half.
Fell out. Williams lets it go at the buzzer, and it's going to count.
And in the second half, they got Big Greg Lewis involved.
Here's Hill spinning.
Started on the defensive end with Greg Lewis coming over and eliminating the opportunity at the rim.
The senior Lewis was also a force on the boards with a career-high 16 rebounds. He left most of the scoring up to his freshman guard.
And the steal. Sanders off the middle from Hill. Turnover. And Sanders the steal and then the punch.
There's nose to nose with your guy. As soon as he gets it, go for a steal and foul.
With Rutgers down by 1 and less than 30 seconds remaining in regulation, Corey Sanders took matters into his own hands.
Really good job of getting over the top of that screen.
Sanders the drive and the bank. He is having a fine freshman season. Corey Sanders across the timeline. He's going to go with 5. The runner, no, not a foul.
With 3.3 seconds to play and Rutgers down 1, Sanders made 1 of 2 free throws, and the 2 teams went to overtime.
And we have overtime in Piscataway, 75 all at the end of regulation.
Omari Greer, who had a solid game with 18 points, started the extra session off in style.
Omari Greer averaging 7 per game. He has 13 tonight. 8th lead change.
At one point, it looked bleak for Rutgers as they fell behind by 7. But with under 30 seconds remaining, Greer connected on one of his 3 3-pointers in the ball
Rutgers
game.
needs it, and Greer delivers.
Still, Rutgers trailed by 3 and had only 1 chance left. Or should I say 2?
Got it off in time for the tie, and we play on!
He's straight on, left it short, got his own rebound, gets it up at the buzzer. He ties it up. It is good at the buzzer.
What a remarkable effort by Sanders to force a second overtime. And this time it was freshman Jonathan Laurent who stepped up. First with the first basket of the second OT.
Sanders to bounce. Laurent got it.
Then with the last basket of the second extra session, Laurent scored a career-high 23 points. In the end, it was the Illini who prevailed in this marathon game, but not before Rutgers had posted season highs in points, field goals made, and rebounds.
Fall hard. It's gonna get it done.
And what about Corey Sanders, who set a school record for most points by a freshman with 39, while adding 12 assists and 8 rebounds in 51 inspiring minutes. Coach Eddie Jordan said it best. We didn't get the W, but a lot of good things happened, and we're proud of our guys. Rutgers fans felt the same way after a marvelous effort at the rack by the Scarlet Knights. The Rutgers basketball story is brought to you by AmeriHealth New Jersey, the exclusive healthcare provider of Rutgers athletics. For health insurance that pays, it's AmeriHealth New Jersey.
Hello, I'm Penny Grant from Virginia Beach, representing Sharita Parker, my baby girl.
I might have did it too small.
How are you feeling?
I am 5'9".
5'8". Probably 5'7". Watching the Rutgers basketball story.
And I get buckets, baby.
Get out my way, man.